Welcome back to CryptosRus. I'm George. We're all George. So tonight was absolutely crazy. Wildest thing I've ever seen on YouTube in crypto. And I'm not saying that as a good thing. It was extremely insane. Okay. So a lot of you guys know what I'm talking about. A lot of you guys don't. A lot of you guys, like myself, witnessed this whole thing live. Okay. And I gotta talk about it. I'm not gonna say anything negative. And I've said that before. Just so you guys know up front, I sent Ben a text about 40 minutes ago. And then I sent him one about 10 minutes ago, right before I started streaming, to see how he's doing, if he's arrested, and I have not gotten any answers, right? So this notion of whether or not he was really arrested on air, unconfirmed. I would think that he did not, because he didn't really do anything wrong other than disturb the peace. So most likely he got a warning, a citation, he was let go, but he has not answered me, so I have no idea if he's arrested or not, but it certainly looked like he was going to. So what happened exactly? Okay, so before I show you guys this, a lot of you guys already seen it. It's been posted on Twitter. Everyone is talking about it. And, you know, like before, I wanted to just say, you know what, I'm just not going to cover this. I'm not going to talk about it. But the reality is, this is the only thing people are talking about tonight. Everyone is talking about it, because it's just so incredible that it makes you think that it can't be real. Like, this whole thing can't be real. Getting arrested while live streaming on air, okay? And putting down the camera in such a way so it could actually still film him, and a big revelation is revealed while he's getting arrested. Like, it almost seems like this is staged. Like, this can't possibly be real, but it is. This video actually has been taken down. Okay, so it makes you think that, yeah, this is real. So what exactly happened today? Well, Altcoin Daily decided to buck the trend. And I talked to Austin also before they released this video, because there was a lot of heat on himself and any other creator that would dare to try to interview TJ. Okay, so that's the reality. Bitboy himself, aka Ben Armstrong, even said that anyone that has TJ on their stream is dead to them. Okay, Altcoin Daily, you know what? They were trying to be neutral. They said they were going to sit down with TJ and Ben, right? And they wanted to just get to the bottom of it. Like a lot of people just wanted to know what's really happening, because there's a lot of he said kind of thing. So that's what Altcoin Daily did. They interviewed TJ and it was released. Okay, so it was released. It's an hour and 20-minute long video. And in my opinion, Altcoin Daily, in this case, Austin, did a pretty good job. He asked every single thing that Ben was accusing TJ and Justin and Carlos, right? Austin did a really good job asking all the tough questions. Okay, so if you haven't watched it, you should do so, because basically Austin just pressed him on all these things, and TJ answered as best as he could. Whether everything said was real or not, no one knows, because I think the truth is somewhere in between. Okay, so that interview came out, but obviously Ben did not like it. He really didn't like it. So he tweeted out that, just so we're clear, Altcoin Daily is dead to me. Okay? They allowed TJ to go on their channel and spew garbage. I was very clear. So he's trying to make, Ben is making good on his threat. And then he decided to declare war on Crypto Wendy as well. Supposedly, supposed to be his best friend in crypto, put out a video clout chasing about my fake relapse. So he declared war on Wendy as well. But shortly afterwards, Ben decided that, you know, he went on a rampage of tweets. Then he decided that, yeah, he needed to to say his piece, right? He needed to say his side. So basically, he tweeted out that I'll be going live stream from a very special location. Get ready. And everyone was ready. A lot of people tuned into this, including myself. We all went to the new Ben Armstrong channel, which is growing like crazy, obviously, right? And then he started live streaming, and I couldn't believe what I was watching. I don't think anyone can believe what they were watching. Ben was standing in front of supposedly Carlos's house. Looked like a really nice house in a nice community. Ben was basically saying how his Lamborghini was inside, and this guy is horrible, and he's been manipulated, and this guy, was, basically rehashing a lot of the things that he said. But he also started saying other things too. He also said that he mentioned Ben.eth and how that played a role, and he mentioned Bencoin, and there was so much said, I can't remember it all because the video is now private. So unfortunately, this was made private shortly after he turned off the video, and he left the live stream on for a very long time. Even after the cops was talking to him, it was like blacking out. There was some audio, but it was going on for quite a long time. So that leads us to this. Okay, so he knew, it was very obvious. Ben stood there so long, he knew that Carlos or whoever was in the house was going to call the cops. He even told a neighbor that everything's okay, mind your own business, right? So you knew that cops were coming, right? And I think Ben knew that. I don't know how he would not think that by, ranting in front of some person's house for like 20 minutes, how, they won't call the cops on you. So obviously, I think he knew about this. He knew that the cops were going to come. And I think maybe he wanted this whole thing to happen, right? To gain more attention so he could actually explain more about Carlos to the cops, maybe, right? I don't know what else to think about this because, again, if you cause a disturbance, you're outside someone's house for 20 minutes yelling at them and screaming at them, they're going to call the cops, right? But what the most, I guess, damning thing of all is this, and I'll just play this for you guys. When the cops showed up at the very beginning of the video, when he live streamed, play this for you guys. It was apparent when the cops showed up that someone was in the back seat of his truck. He was whispering to him, right? So we had to guess who it was, right? And then he reveals it after the cops asked him numerous times.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, do me a favor?
Yep.
Hey, stop.
Hey, how's it going? Oh, him?
Stop.
Oh, stop. I couldn't hear.
You have a weapon on you.
No, I do not.
Okay.
I do not.
So.
I have one in my vehicle, but I do not have a weapon on me.
Okay.
Okay.
Do me a favor. Take out your whatever fanny pack.
I'm sorry. I reached too fast. I'm sorry. Sorry. Okay.
Put your phone down.
Okay.
Put your phone down.
Okay. I'll put the phone down. Okay.
Put the phone.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Put the phone down.
Put the fanny pack down.
Okay.
What's going on?
What's going on? This man inside of this house.
Actually, he's gonna check you real quick.
Absolutely.
Just the weapons.
I'm sorry. I have a. Okay. Okay. Yep. No weapons. No
Where in
weapons.
the car is your gun?
It's in the back seat.
Back seat?
Yep.
Is anybody else in the car?
Yes, it's in the car.
Who's in the car? Who?
What's that?
Who's in your car?
Who's in my car?
Yes.
Okay. Let's,
Who's in your car?
who's in my car?
Who's in your truck, sir?
Cassie is in my car. Cassie's in my
All
truck.
right, Cassie.
Cassie's in my truck. My wife knows that we're here, by the way. She knows we came to do this. But my wife is aware. So we're live on YouTube right now.
Okay.
We got about 2,500 people watching. So,
Okay, so obviously he did not want to reveal that. And what's more strange is when he revealed it, he was still looking at the camera rather than answering the cops, right? So this whole thing, like I said, is just so messed up. This was on air live, and thousands of people saw this live, right? So why am I showing this? Okay, and Hit Network obviously controlled by TJ. All the people on Hit Network side is trying to jump on this bandwagon, right? I think Ben Armstrong got arrested. Whether he was arrested, we don't know. It's unconfirmed, right? What's the point to all this? So I will say this. This is not meant to shame Ben in any way. In fact, I've reached out to Ben. I reached out to both sides, but I reached out to Ben, and I even talked to him yesterday, right? Trying to get to know him, get to know what's really happening, get an assessment and see if I can help, right? Because I've said this before, Ben has helped me before, right? And he has always been nice to me, never said anything bad about me. And I met him a few times in person, even on filming the next Crypto Gem. He's going to be a guest whale. So he's always been nice. I don't always agree with everything he's doing or has done, obviously, right? That's why I've always stayed away from Ben, and he knows that. But, I've always respected him, and I've always stayed away. Even when the thing about his affair was breaking out, I knew it first. I said I was not going to talk about it because all the scavengers, were going to, and they did, right? But the point of this is, number one, this is everywhere. Number two is, I do wish the best for Ben, but I do think mentally there's just so much going on with basically, of course, him being removed, right? With his affair with Cassie, with the company being stolen from him, according to some, right? And of course, with the lawsuits, with Carlos, with everyone that he's been saying. He's under an immense pressure, a ton of pressure. And a lot of people would fold with this kind of pressure, right? And I'm not saying Ben folded, but he's clearly making a lot of moves that are questionable right now, right? That you would argue a sane person wouldn't be making. For example, going in front, someone's house and yelling all this stuff, right? Making threats and all this stuff in front of someone's house and not expect to get arrested and so forth, right? So I really wish the best for Ben. And like I said, I've been talking to him and I text him. I still did not get anything back, right? He may be, just hiding out, or he's ignoring me, or he is arrested. I don't know, right? So I'm not doing this to shame the guy. I'm not doing it to harm him. But I clearly think that Ben really screwed up tonight, and I hope he recovers from this, because I think he was doing a really good job building back his brand, building back his new channel and getting his fans, right? Whether or not he's right or the truth is somewhere halfway in between, we don't know until everything gets settled in court, right? But this is just, it's just a bad look for himself. It's a bad look for crypto. We already have others out there, that's shaming crypto already, and this doesn't make it any better, right? So in crypto, all of us should be coming together, helping each other, and making this a better place. But unfortunately, we do have a lot of tribalism. We have a lot of people that's attacking each other. And unfortunately, we have never, ever seen something like this, where someone who's built a brand and a channel and a company get kicked out of it, right? And then, start this backlash and the attacks, like all this drama, right? We've never seen this before. No one has. We haven't. This is unprecedented, right? So, yeah. So that's the bottom line. Again, I really wish the best for Ben, and I'm going to help him as much as I can, right? Without getting in the middle, without disrupting whatever legal process they're going through. But it's just really sad to see this, and it's just mind-boggling to see this live on air. It's just quite incredible. Okay. So that's why I want to get off my chest. Whether Ben takes this eventually, if he watches this, whether he takes this the right way or not, I don't know. He may be attacking me next and saying I'm dead to him as well, as he declared Altcoin Daily and Wendio, right? Hopefully not, because like I said, I've been talking to him, trying to understand the situation, trying to see if I can help him in some sort of way and still have this connection with him. But, you know what? I don't know if that's going to exist after this video. All right. Let's move on. Let's move on. I don't know what else, you know, I don't know how you can move on from this. This is just like so crazy, right? But, you know, I have a Bitcoin update for you guys, but, you know, it's like I'm not in a mood to talk Bitcoin anymore. Yeah. So, okay, I'm gonna try to talk Bitcoin, and then we'll get to the Q&A. You know, I'm not gonna talk about Bitcoin. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Okay, I do enough Bitcoin streams, so I'm just gonna leave it so there's no Bitcoin talk tonight. So I'll just go straight to Q&A. That's all. That's all. I'll leave it out. I'll just leave it with this. This is some crazy stuff. Again, I almost have no words. All right. I'll try to answer whatever I can. I don't know what there is to answer here. Heir to Iran. This whole thing is surreal. If this isn't a bot on the market, then what is? You try to be a good friend. Prayers up for everyone. I mean, I know that a lot of people like to bash people, right? A lot of people like to bash like certain people left and right and all this stuff, right? But at the end of the day, we're all human, right? We all have emotions. We all have family. We have friends, you know, real connections. And when real things happen to people, right, they have real consequences and they hurt, right? So I know a lot of people like to just troll and you know, and make, you know, troll posts and you know, bash people, right? But you know, Ben's going through a lot. You know, there's no way you could say that he's not going through a lot. And you could argue he brought it upon himself. Some people will say, yes, he brought it upon himself. Some people will say, of course not. It was brought upon him, right? He's definitely going through a lot, and this definitely doesn't help his case at all. Elon Muff, okay, thank you. All right. All right, I'm still scrolling here. Yeah, he eventually shut off his live stream. Like, the phone was turned over or something like that. Or the cop took it and it was like a black screen for a long time. And I heard him explain. He was trying to explain the whole reason why he's there with Carlos, with his Lambo, and, you know, all the bad things that Carlos was saying, were doing. You know, I didn't catch it all. Because the whole thing was just too surreal. Like, I even tweeted out, what, you know, WTF, what am I seeing here? And everyone's agreeing with me. Like, is this even real? G all of a sudden asks, do you think Emmanuel Bronco would ever get lane center? What a question. What a question. I don't know. I don't know. Rich, I appreciate that. Spanish Explorer, appreciate it. he will very like Terry says he will very likely clean up. He'll get his car back. He can't steal Lambo, right? You know, I could see both sides to it. You know, one side is saying, well, you know, why is he so obsessed with Lambo, right? There's many people that struggle with money and struggle with paying bills and credit cards and stuff like that. Like, and he's arguing about his Lambo, right? So I get that point. And it does seem silly to keep talking about the Lambo, especially when, you know, he has other bigger issues, right? But, you know, he's claiming that it was stolen from him. That was his car. And, you know, his network took it, right? I don't know if that's true. Altcoin Daily did ask TJ about the Lambo. And TJ basically said it's ridiculous, right? It's silly. It's a company car. So, again, there's a lot of he said kind of thing. And I don't think we'll get to the real truth, which is somewhere in the middle, I think, until all the lawsuits and everything gets settled. And that may take years. May take a very, very, very long time. Very long time. But I will say this, Altcoin Daily, I think Austin and Altcoin Daily did the best they could, asking the tough questions, okay? Being brave enough to bring TJ on, right? Being the first channel to bring him on and actually do this interview. And I think TJ answered as best as he could, right? But again, I think the truth is somewhere in the middle, somewhere in there. Tony, I agree with that. You know, the wife and kids, right? I generally don't talk about people's wife and kids, their family. I don't even talk about mine that much, right? But again, that's why, you know, sometimes you got to think about people. They make mistakes, but they have families. They have loved ones, right? It's important to remember that, you know, the drama or whatever doesn't affect them, right? That's the reality. All right, I'll leave it on some Bitcoin here. Try to change the topic here. Long-term supply held by long-term holders, all-time high. That's something good to concentrate on. Yeah, I still did not hear back from Ben. So I still have no idea whether or not he was truly arrested or not. I mean, it doesn't make sense that he was arrested. You know, they probably made sure that he had no weapon. They listened to him. They probably wrote him a ticket, and he's off, right? He didn't do anything wrong other than disturb the peace, so it doesn't make any sense. He was arrested for any other reason. Ziva, Crypto Girl, Cassie in the truck didn't help the believability of Ben trying to save family. I agree with you. That's why he didn't want to say her name. I mean, quite honestly, you can't hide that. Like, you know, like the cops were pressing him. So what's the name of the person in the back seat? You know, who's in your car? And he did not want to say it because he knew it. He knew it. Live on air. He was going to say that he's with his mistress, right? Who happens to be the COO or CTO of Bencoin. But obviously he's having marital affairs. You know, Bethany has shown support for him, but obviously they're still working it or trying to work it out. Again, has real consequences, right? I've never met her. Obviously, I know others have, and have said she is the sweetest person. I've never talked to her, never met her, But obviously, that situation is not resolved. Perry, if someone's DCAs in Cody, are they considered DGens or DJets? That's pretty funny. To lighten the mood, DGens. That sounds right. Kayla, thank you. He was booked at 9/11, and there's a ticket. Wow, so he was actually arrested. How did you find that out, 555 Porter? So there's actually an arrest number. So I guess he was arrested. I don't know what he would be arrested for. I mean, can you get arrested for disturbing the peace? I mean, I would think you just get a ticket and be let go. So, I don't know. Yeah. GT says, I heard handcuffs in the video. Yeah, I mean, Jordy, I appreciate that. Again, I'm not streaming this to bash Ben or to bring shame or anything like that, okay? I'm bringing it to people's attention because I think mentally Ben is in a lot of stress. He's making a lot of mistakes, causing a lot of pain to a lot of people. And definitely not making the crypto space look good right now, right? But that's because he's going through a lot. He's going through a hell of a lot, right? And people have asked me before, how would I feel if I got kicked out of my company, right? I wouldn't know how to feel about that. Like, it would be absolutely horrible, right? So, you know, I'm trying to understand where he's coming from. Like I said, I've talked to him a couple times, right? Trying to listen to what he has to say, you know, and trying to piece things together because, like I said, I think the truth is somewhere in the middle. And just, you know, trying to be an overall friend, someone that you know, that he could talk to, right? And I'm hoping to still be that person for him. As long as he does not think differently, you know, about this video and his stance with me, but I still respect him, and I've said that many, many times. He has helped me and many others in the past, right? I think, I don't know what I think about what has been happening recently. It's just an awful shame. Yeah, let's hope it doesn't get worse from here. Let's hope that he gets the help he needs. Because that's what it seems like right now. Seems like he's very mistrusting of everyone. He doesn't know who to trust. There's no one that he could really talk to, right? Because he feels like everyone has betrayed him, right? So that's the reality. And I can't imagine a life where you feel like you can't trust anyone, that everyone's out against you, right? That's the mental state he's in right now. So it's a very tough place to be. He definitely does need help. He definitely needs some friends at this point, or family, right? Hey, look, NASA plans on proving its next moon landing using the real blockchain. That also happened today. With so many people that think the moon landing was a hoax and produced by a movie producer, Well, the next time NASA lands on a moon, they will record it and make sure it's stored on a blockchain to make sure that there's no more talk about it being a hoax. All right, guys. I'm just going to conclude and let you guys think about what happened today and think about, I would say, I don't know what to say. Okay, I said my piece. I'm not going to say anymore. I'll leave you guys go. I'll leave you guys to digest what happened today. And we'll start fresh tomorrow. Okay, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right? Have a good one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.